Well, we don't know really what their age is. People were taking them at their word. So somebody who looked like me, could turn up and say, I'm 17 years old. And we have to accept them because we don't challenge this. And I believe that this should be challenged. Obviously, if you take people, men who are in their 20s, and we allow them to say that they're 17 when they're not, then we have an obligation to put them into housing with other young people, to put them into schools, and this causes risks. So I don't think we should take people at their word. I think we should verify their ages very carefully. You can identify ages to within either 2 or 4 years with dental checks. So where somebody looks 4 years older than 18, we should ask them to supply dental evidence. This is what's already done in many European countries, North America and Australia. But I don't think we can have a situation where we just accept anyone who comes into this country without checking their identification. And I also don't want to create a situation where there's an incentive for people who want to come to the West to send their children off by themselves, and when the children arrive in France or in Britain, to say, okay, now we want reunification of the family, so we're coming over as well, because that's putting that child into danger. The French government are trying to blame Britain. They need to take much more action to defend their own borders. And I think the French people want that to happen. It's the French government that I blame, not the French people. The French people, who I know, are all very, very concerned about the impact of frankly, mass migration on French society, and they want the government to do something about it. And the question for governments in France and Britain and elsewhere is, are we prepared to have an open door policy and allow in anyone who comes here? Or are we going to enforce our own rules? I think the rules need to be enforced. Where there are genuine refugees and small numbers of people, we can provide help. We can't help everyone. And therefore, if people come over here because they want a better way of life, it's time the French government and the British government say, no, we can't accommodate you. And not only that, but we are going to forcibly remove you and send you back to your country.